Hey, this is Professor Game, where we interview successful practitioners of games, gamification, and game thinking who bring us the best of their experiences to get ideas, insights, and inspiration that help us in the process of getting our students to learn what we teach. And I am Rob Alvarez. I'm the founder of Professor Game and professor of gamification and games-based solutions at IE Business School, EFMD, EBS University, and many other places around the world. And if this content is for you, then please go ahead and subscribe to our email list for free at professorgame.com/subscribe. Hey, engagers. And even though we're still on our summer break, our annual summer break, I did want to make, of course, I'd love to not leave a week without having at least, saying hi and giving you a little bit of value, even if that's all we can provide for now. But I wanted to make sure that I left you with this quick lesson that I'm getting from this summer break. And you'll see if you go into professorgame.com, you get into this episode. I think it's going to be episode 303. You'll see the image there where you can see our daughter Lara. She's already crawling around the beach, with the water, with the sand. She's having a lot of fun there. But it didn't start off that way. Like, I can tell you, we've been a few days at the beach, and we intentionally decided, and I have to give most of the credit on this one to my wife. I wanted to sort of dive all in and so on, but she said, "Look, you know what? Let's take it easy with her. She's never had this experience before. Let's go step by step." Yeah. In fact, the first day I was like about to sit her like in the sand, for example, which I know is an unpleasant experience for some people, some babies as well. And she said, "Well, you know what? Let's just sit in here with us, and she'll experiment, she'll experience as she can. We have plenty of time." And I have to say that it was completely the right move. She kind of tried the sand. You could read the disgust in her face initially. Like it was horrendous. Like, oh my goodness, what is this? Why am I here? What are you doing with me? Like, you're in charge of me. Why are you doing this to me? And that was the first reaction to the sand. Like, oh, this is horrible. This is disgusting. Get me out of here. It's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. You don't want to touch the sand. Stay here. We had like a large sort of large towel, the equivalent of a large towel. The three of us were sitting there, and she stayed around. At some point, we decided to start going ourselves and sitting ourselves in the sand. Her, of course, whenever she decided. And when she saw us in the sand, it kind of gave her a little bit more of comfort. She gave it another try, and little by little. And this has been part of the description of most of the things, most of the experiences she's had after this at the beach. And I can tell you, from absolute disgust to to our regret, of course, and not under our watch most of the time, at least, she started eating the sand eventually. Like, she was liking it, enjoying it so much, she wanted to put it in her mouth, as many babies like to do, and she was trying to eat it. Then she was crawling around the sand. We kind of did something similar with the water. This did start, before we actually went to the beach. She went a couple of times to a swimming pool. Also, when she takes her, not shower, but bath, she does it, and she splashes with the water. She plays a bit. So she kind of knew the water, but of course the beach is a completely different experience because you have also the waves, you have a bunch of other people as well. So everything we went and we did it with what we like to do in gamification, which is sort of introducing the people to the world. This way of not just, imagine you start a game and they give you all of the abilities, all of the possibilities, and you've never played with any of them. You'd be overwhelmed. And this is something that's easy to forget. And let me tell you, I've been talking about this. I've been designing around this. I've been creating things for this. And I was the first one to forget that you always want to have this sort of light introduction into something that is so entirely new. And who better to understand this than a baby, right? Who's never been experiencing absolutely anything, right? Every little thing that is new is completely new, is completely different for them. And this whole concept of, onboarding, so to speak, and little by little go progressing into the activity is something that made all the difference. And again, as you can see, you'll see a quick GIF that they'll be posting on our website, and you'll see how she's already crawling around the sand, having so much fun. So keep this in mind. The onboarding experience, taking the experiences, having at least the initial get-go be, a little bit more easy on your players, a little bit easier on them so they get to understand what is going on. How do I interact here? What's going on? Does this new world mean for me? Can make a huge difference for your experience. All right. I don't want to get into the details of other things that we saw with, other parents and other babies around the beach as well. We had great and not so great experiences, but for us it was fantastic. Like eventually she was loving the waves, she was loving the sand, so the whole beach experience was something that she really, really enjoyed. So I'm going to give you the positive side of what we saw and what we experienced, and it can definitely be summarized in the onboarding stage of this new experience with our baby. So I'll leave you with that and continue to enjoy a little bit of the end tip of our summer here in Spain. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit as well, or will do so in the future, or already have as well, as we mentioned in our previous episode. And I will see you very soon.